It will have to do.
All right, recording in progress. All right.
Oh, I have to ask you for permission to record.
There you go. Okay. Hey, Koi, are you there?
Trying to get in.
There we
Here.
go. Hello, hello.
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 How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you today?
I'm well. It's been a while. Nice to see you.
It's been a minute.
You look good.
Thank you. I try.
You look good.
You
Uh,
do too.
Thank you. I might be in Austin again next month. If so, I'll
Oh,
let you.
really?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll
Yeah.
be here. So let me know if you visit.
I know you're holding down the city at this point now.
Trying to at least.
Uh, Anyways, hey, thanks for hopping on. This is my business partner, Masara.
Hello.
Hello.
He is
Nice to
based
meet you.
in
Nice to meet you too.
he's based in Austria,
Oh,
so
cool.
same city as Arnold Schwarzenegger, he says. I have yet to
Oh, cool.
confirm, but yeah,
It's
and
the truth. It's the truth.
I believe you. I believe. So we met last summer. We've been working since. He is the best sales trainer I've worked with, and we
Mhm.
decided to work together. And he he's originally from Zimbabwe. He grew up in South America, and now he's in Austria, and now he's starting to like Americans.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask you didn't come to America.
He will.
Only on educational purposes. I've been to the States a few times.
Okay. Not enough to want to come and move.
No, 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 no.
You got a dream life
Oh,
over there. Yeah, I don't blame you.
me neither. Let me close my door.
Sure, sure. So, Koya, I was just telling Masara briefly about how we met a couple years ago and um, how you are being guided and how you're developing a zest for life. I can feel how motivated you are to be better and to serve and to share your gifts. And um, I wouldn't have invited you if I didn't think that you would get something out of this based on where you are with your business. Um, but yeah, maybe it might help to share with you what we're looking to do here, like why we decided to partner up, what we're about, and um, what hopefully we're thinking that you can get out of this.
Okay.
Yeah? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
So, couple things. Um, our mission, I don't know if you read through the Eventbrite page, but our mission for what we're doing now is to help people sell more with confidence while feeling good about it. And especially these days, people are depending on AI to make their life easier, but it doesn't help their life become more full.
Hmm.
And so Masara has a life philosophy called Motivation. He is Mr. Move It himself. And I have my philosophy, my life philosophy, which is resilience now. And as we started to hop on Zoom a few times last summer, we realized that, hey, we believe a lot of the same things. And Masara has a lot more experience on the sales side than I do. And I can click around the computer a little bit more better than he does. So we decided let's work together. And we have our joint life philosophies. We have created a newsletter. We have this very first masterclass that we're running together, first of many. and we have a sales blueprint executive program, which, as Masara likes to call it, it's hands-on implementation. A lot of the times when you purchase these courses or, get access to communities from different people, it's like you're consuming content. Here's some videos to watch, here's some text to read, and let's meet up every 1 week. Well, for us, it really is, as Masara likes to call it, hands-on, hand-holding implementation.
Okay.
And we know that's the only thing that really counts. So that's what this is about. That's what this session is about let's hopefully have you walk out the next 45 minutes and you feel, all right, I got something out of this. Not just, something that you're thinking about, but you've done something. And so with that, Masara, I'm sure you got stuff to add.
Yes. Well, yes. This Mr. Move It thing. It happened to me 33 years ago.
Uh,
That's a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
Where I got the nickname Mr. Move It from a group of women I was teaching, and they decided to call me Mr. Move It. And this was, and I said, hey, people, you can't do that to me. They said, yes, you're Mr. Move It. So I adopted this name and I've lived up to it over the years, right? So I'm always in motion and always trying to move people, help people feel good about making moves, and conscious moves, and and getting the best out of the day, taking from the day and not just living through the day.
Mm.
So a few tools on how to do that is what Mr. Move It is all about. And motivation is a philosophy that evolved, developed. And I've asked the question, what does Koya need to wake up in the morning and say, come on, day, I'm ready, let's go? You don't need motivation for that. You need Koya activation,
Mm-hmm.
right? So those are the things that register for you, things that agree with you, that align with you, and you pick and choose whatever it is that you need that elevates you and brings your energy out of you. So when you're alone in a room with four walls, you're feeling good because you are doing it to yourself. So we get rid of all the fake stuff and you just implement what feels right. And ideas, I'm usually a fountain of ideas, especially when people have a concrete problem, not a make believe problem, a concrete problem. And then we say, okay, every problem has got many solutions. So that means there's solutions out there looking for a problem. Yeah. So that's what I'd like to say about motivation. And maybe later on, I'll ask you, do you have any questions, anything that you need to clear your mind before we start? Anything you'd like to know?
Yeah. Someone's at my door. Let me go and answer.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry.
No problem.
we are moving. We're moving through the presentation.
Sorry, my neighbors.
All good.
No
Are you in the
problem.
same place or did you move, Koya?
I'm in the same place. I haven't moved yet. I'm hoping to move, but I don't know when. I'm more focused on my business right now and just letting the universe figure everything else out. The last month, well, the end of last month, end of February, was my last day working with the nonprofit that I was working with. I don't know if I was
Mm-hmm.
talked then, But I've been in the last 3 weeks focusing, well, really two, because last week was spring break, just focusing on trying to stay busy, trying to stay exactly what Mr. Movie is talking about, trying to stay motivated, figuring out what is my motivation. Because usually, we are motivated either by the fact that we go to work every day, the job titles and everything. And so to wipe that away, like for the first couple of days, I'm not gonna lie, I was almost tempted to call my job back. But then I was like, this is kind of just a rough patch of the beginning stages of where I'm trying to go and grow to. And so I just had to just come up with a game plan, and whether it was sending cold calls or going out and passing out flyers or whatever it was, but just to keep myself motivated in what my goal is.
Got it. Got it. Thanks for sharing that. That helps. That helps.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Do you mind if we explore where you are a little bit more and see if we can help you out a little bit?
No, I don't care. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm open.
Fantastic. First of all, hey, by the way, I want to thank you. I told Masara about what you had done last week for me when you sent me the payment. That was such a beautiful blessing. Thank you.
Well, you blessed me in a time where I was really, really lost and really trying to find myself. And so the work that we did has helped me tremendously.
Thank you.
Oh, I definitely owe that to you and more.
I appreciate that. Well, we're here, so let's get started.
Great to know. Great to know.
Glad you're here. So, Masara, take it away, sir.
Yes. Two things came out of what you just said. Rough patches, a rough patch. Can you describe that a little bit? What this rough patch is?
It's more of emotional and mental struggles with me. Just trying to stay above float for what I'm trying to do financially with my cleaning business, where I'm not doing most of the cleans, but I'm subcontracting those out and still being able to find clients so that I can continue to grow and see a profit from what I'm subcontracting. And for me personally, it's just going through the motions of, did I make the right decision? Am I doing everything that needs to be done? Not trying to overly do it where I'm just so focused on advertising or the business or something with the business, but kind of finding a balance. Because that was one of the things that I did when I worked a 9 to 5. Like I just worked every day, and it was never really time for anything else. Or I just felt like I was obligated to that. So just trying to find a balance with it and not be so hard on myself mentally.
And how do you do your advertising?
Either word of mouth, Facebook. I just created a new website, so I've been posting that a lot. I honestly just trying to do it without having to pay for it. And so either going from businesses, sending out emails, doing cold calls, or just passing out flyers. But I honestly receive a lot of business from Facebook. Like the property management company that I've been working with, they started here in Austin probably about 2 years ago, and they called me to do a clean. And from that clean, I partnered up with them, and so I manage all of their cleans for their Airbnbs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say cold calling, can you describe how you do that?
When I call, like the script that I use, or just what does that entail?
Yeah, everything, the whole setup. Because when you say cold calling, most people call it cold calling when it's actually lukewarm. right? So you got to get the number from somewhere.
I say cold calling because it like when I first did it, probably about a year ago, I was all in my emotions, and so like
Mm.
constantly hearing, "No, we're fine. We don't need the cleaning company." It was real personal. It was like they were telling me because I was black or something like that that they didn't want me. And so, yeah, I call it cold calling, even though you're right, it is lukewarm because with those calls, it can generate something to grow, you know. But
Yes.
the way that I do mine, because Austin
So
is
where do
so,
you get the number? Where
that's
do
what I
you
was about
get
to
the number?
I Google, like I'll first I started in the area that I'm in because Austin is so big, I'll determine the area that I want to focus in, and then I'll just start Google searching numbers in the area, like by the zip code, and look for different companies depending on the the type of industry the company is in, determines if I want to reach out. I'm more focused on small businesses, small offices right now because my team is growing and I don't want to overload myself
Mhm.
with going into
Right.
a more corporate type of setting, and I'll need a lot more people with that. And so my business is based on my reputation. So I'm just slowly digesting what I can take.
Okay.
So just
Now,
Googling.
yes, you mentioned calling companies and also small businesses. That's where I'm saying that's warm. That's lukewarm. I mean, a company, it's not really cold calling. You can everybody can call a company,
Hmm.
you know, because the reason why I'm saying this is that it's a very important for your mindset that you are actually contacting somebody who's lukewarm. It's a company, it's a small business. They probably need somebody for the cleaning,
Hmm.
right? So you're doing them a favor by actually reaching out to them, saying, "Let me solve this little problem you have." So that should bring your confidence up. That should bring your confidence up when you make the call. You say, like, you need me, but you don't know it yet.
I like that.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yeah. And that'll make a difference. That will make a difference because remember, we're only humans on the phone and they'll be buying your energy.
Yeah.
So you got to bring in the right energy, the right mindset.
I reflected from the first time that I did it, and then I recently, the first week in this month, I set out a plan, set out a couple of days to do it. And you're right, like the first time I did it, like I said, it was real hard. So it was almost like, my energy was kind of like, hey, this and that. And so this time I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna go out here. And so when I was calling the businesses, I just felt like I felt so much more motivated, to the point where one of the days out of the week, I decided to just stop by and just pass out some flyers. And I didn't get any callbacks from those, but it's just the fact from me, I like gave myself kudos because I was able to recognize my growth. And like you said, the energy and what you bring when you first call can really determine how they deal with.
Yeah, right.
There's something that you mentioned there, Corey. I want to touch on. Um, you said you've progressed a lot. Um, how do you like? Where's your business now in terms of like? How do you foresee the next few months? Like, is there one part that you're like, okay, this is where I see I need some help with. This is where my challenge is. Like, is there one or are there one or two things that your mind is going back to that, okay, I need to solve that problem?
Well, this year, I wanted to tap into commercial cleaning. And
Yeah.
so that's been a challenge of mine. I get a lot of other companies through Facebook groups that I'm in that go out and they're able to get certain contracts with commercial cleanings. And so they'll try to subcontract those. And a lot of them, they don't work out because what I'm doing is subcontracting the work that I get to someone else. And so I want to always be fair with the pay. And so the biggest challenge for me is figuring out how to tap into the commercial cleaning industry. Because a lot of companies, they want you to have experience. And I do have experience, but it's like from years ago, and I know how to sell that part of it, but just tapping into the industry
Got it.
is a huge challenge of mine. And one challenge was my website. I'm gonna have to send you a link to my new website. I've
Please.
linked up with a company that was able to create a website for me, which I'm really proud of.
Mm.
Uh, I was trying to tap into doing apartment make-readies, but the one thing that I ran into is that they want you to have $1 million commercial auto insurance. And so that's something that I'm working on trying to figure out how to go around that. But because I can't afford it right now. But that's been a challenge, but you know, that's just finances. So yeah.
Got it. Okay. Commercial cleaning. Um, One of the things that we wanted to stress on this, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was about to say, and another thing is the cleaners, but I've been working on that slowly, like just recruiting reliable cleaners.
Ah, okay. Um, how is the turnover for your cleaners right now?
Um, well, I don't hire, I subcontract. And
Right. Okay.
so I've
Sure.
been working with a lady for about a year, which I was able to give her majority of my cleans. And I've been slowly, because my work wasn't really consistent enough for me to give a person full-time pay. And so and a lot of times I was doing majority of the work as well. And so just with the other ladies that I have, it's kind of like they clean for others. And so I just pick them up when I can or when they're available. But for the lady that I've been working for or with for a year, it's been pretty decent. Like she stepped in and left some other cleaning businesses to work with me. So I've been able to give her at least, and my goal, because I wasn't paying by the job anymore, I'm paying by the hour now. So my goal is to at least give her a minimum of 10 and max of 20 cleans within the month. And for the last 2 months, I've been able to give her at least 20, a little bit over 20 cleans for the month, which is pretty decent.
That's really good. Yeah. Got it. And how are you finding these jobs for her to do? Are these?
It's well, the property management company that I work with, they have they have a couple of homes, Airbnb pretty much, that they deal with on a regular basis that they manage. And so I've been able to give her those. And then like when I get, because I'll get residential cleans or deep cleans every now and then. And so I negotiate those with cleaners. So if she's not available, I may do it or I may negotiate with another cleaner. But for the most part, my meat and bread is from the property management company. And they've been growing because when I first started off with them, and I also sent them a couple of clients last year that signed up with them, and I was able to add those to my homes as well.
Fantastic.
They're actually looking into an investment property of tiny homes, which would be like 10 units added to what we already have. So that's pretty lucrative if they're able to get on.
Yeah, fantastic. I know you were working on getting a property management company last time we talked, so
Yeah, like I was able to get team up with them. And like I was at a house today that I did a movie and clean for, and I saw the property next door that I almost know for a fact it's an Airbnb. And so I was asking myself today, A, and I was going to reach out to the guy and ask him, how do we advertise to Airbnb like owners? Because it's one thing for me to leave my business card or my flyer at their home, but a lot of times the owners aren't even in the city or they don't even come to the house. That's one of the reasons why they use the property management companies. And so if I left it, it may not even be seen. So I was asking myself that earlier, like, how do I advertise to Airbnb businesses? Because you don't, like, you can't really look at the home and tell that it's an Airbnb. A lot of times Austin is really huge, so it would be a lot of time to just go and look for Airbnbs. I did ask my kid's father, because he works for the city and he works in the permit department, where they have to put in the request to get the permits to do Airbnb and stuff. I did ask him if he could get me a list of addresses, and if I had to do a Google search, like Zelle or whatever, I mean Zillow or whatever, to figure out who the owners are or the property management companies are, and then just advertise directly that way.
Okay, that would be huge. Let me
Yeah,
know.
I'm trying to get through it.
Yeah. Let me know. We can, with my solar company, we have a way now to find out who actually owns the property and contact them directly. So let me know.
Okay.
So if you have the addresses, we can find out the contact name and phone numbers.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him again to see.
Yeah.
Does he claim he wanted to help? So I'm really pulling out, some people that you don't want to ask, but if they offer, I'm like, you know what, let me put my ego to the side. And that's another thing. I had to do an ego death, because that ego will get you in some places that you don't want to go.
Tell me more, right?
So yeah, you know it.
Fantastic.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so that context really helps. I appreciate that. Masara, I'm sure you have some things you wanted to chime in with.
No, I'm just happy how she's absorbing and finding avenues for herself, you know.
Oh, I am a hustler by heart, and so I do not like to quit. I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning of this year, I was kind of like, is this what I really want to do, or if this do I really want to continue to push this? Because being an entrepreneur versus working a 9 to 5 is two totally different spectrums of life. And so I really had to question myself. And to be honest with you all, I'm looking to do to get my application to do fingerprint tech, because I want to find other avenues to make money, but not have to put a whole lot of time in. I'm still trying to balance out being a mom and running my business and everything.
I'm sure you're doing a wonderful job of that.
I'm trying.
You are.
My kids seem happy, so
That's good. That's good. Well, they're in school now, yeah?
yeah, they're in school right now.
Yeah. Usually, Masara, we would have meetings in the afternoon or evening, and your son or your daughter would come in, and
My son, a lot of
your
times
son
he
a
come.
lot of the times. That was a lot of fun. Right. So one of the things that we wanted to make sure we communicate and even experience on this masterclass is is to explore what does it mean to be feelings led? What does it mean to have a business that you are running based on your feelings? And usually when we say he's in his feelings, that's usually not a good thing, right?
Yeah.
But we want to understand, how can feelings help us to take our business to the next level? And that is going to be the differentiator versus all these other AI tools and everything else that's out there that's coming out and trying to take our jobs and close deals for us, especially when you're talking about commercial cleaning. It's important to establish a relationship with your main point of contact there, whether it's the owner, whether it's the CEO, whether it's the HR department, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one thing we wanted to really explore is what does it mean to be feelings led? And what does it mean to be in flow?
Is that a question for me to answer?
Let's consider it, please.
For me to be in my feel now, to be in my feelings in business is not a good thing for me because, like I said, I'm like a up and down roller coaster. And so I could take things more personally when I'm in my feelings versus when I allow things to when I allow things to flow. I'm not so stressed about getting this done. It's almost like trying to drill my fist in a tiny little hole, and I'm trying to make it work. Trying to make it work. Trying to make it work. And so when I just allow things to just flow the way that the universe wants them to flow, or the way that they're already set in motion, like the first week when I of this month when I was on my own, and it was like, okay, Monday, it was a whole emotional roller coaster in my feelings. And then that's when I had to tap into, where I started and where I am now. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm definitely not where I was when I started. And I didn't know anything about it, anything. And so that was my motivator to say, you know what, Koya, you got to get out here and get it. And so I have to be able to provide for my children. And so that was another motivator for me. And so when I decided the next day that that night, I just wrote down for the rest of the week what I'm going to do, whether it was going to be lukewarm calls or if it was going to be sending out emails or just researching and finding different companies to reach out to. And so I just wrote those days down, and I kind of just went with the flow with it. Like I didn't have any expectations. I didn't tell myself that, oh, when you make this first phone call, somebody, you're gonna get a client, or I just went with it. And so even when it was a little hard to hear, oh no, we got somebody, or yeah, send me your email or whatever the case may be, I plugged into, like I said, taking that time and thinking about, how I felt the first time I did it with the calls, and then how I felt or how I'm feeling now. And so although I didn't get the clients that I wanted that day, but it was motivating to be able to say, you know what, you're not in your feelings like you were the last time. Like last time you were all the way in your feelings. It was almost like they were looking at you and like, oh, no, no. I'm like, no, we don't want you. We don't want you. And it was like, let me keep pushing forward. But I do understand, after going through many, many sessions of therapy and a whole lot of meditation and reflecting, that our feelings are a driving force. Like they don't have to. And what I mean is, like, you're going to feel what you're going to feel. Like, you can't just block your feelings out. They're appearing for a reason, but how do you want to allow those feelings to drive you, if that makes sense?
The music to my ears when people say that.
So.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. I I got what you're saying. I'm gonna make it work. Whatever it is, I'm gonna make it work. There's that tenacity.
Yeah.
There's that tenacity
And
in there.
not only that, the more that I study, because I'm still doing my Bible studies, and so the more that I study about my Creator and learn more about Him and the characteristics of my Creator, it allows me to have confidence to go out and just know that I'm planting the right seeds and asking for Him to water them, it's going to eventually grow. And so that's just my. And I think that's another one of the biggest things that motivate me is to realize my relationship with God in the love that he has for me, and not expecting that the world is going to display that as well. But that doesn't determine how I choose to wake up every day. And like every morning, I wake up in gratitude. I wake up in gratitude. I wake up in peace. And so I'm grateful. Although, I could, like, if I had a genie, I might say, I like a couple of $1 million in the bank. I like to be out here on the beach somewhere, But at the end of the day, the space that I've created in my home and the love that me and my children share helps grind me. And
Wow. They're doing so much for you.
They are, and they don't even know it.
Exactly.
They don't even know it. These little people, they just don't.
Beautiful. I love that. There's something that I learned a couple months ago, actually, when I was going through this workshop, is success equals tenacity plus surrender. And so, especially in the Western world today, we have a lot of tenacity. We have a lot of, we got to get after these goals. That's what we're teaching kids from a young age, to be tenacious, whatever you do. Are we really taught how to surrender? We're learning. And I think
that looks like a weakness.
It's a more feminine energy, but it's needed in business today. And that can be, and the surrender comes in to our first pillar. What we wanted to communicate to you guys today is to be able to listen, and to listen to what's really happening, not listen for what you want to listen to. So listening to all of your feelings and listening to all of what the client might be going through, or listening for their feelings too. The more we can listen, the more we can actually develop that human connection with them. And that's something that AI can never, I guarantee you, never replicate. You can come close. But if you're really attuned, you'll know when someone is speaking from the heart and it's just a programmed, computer message. So feelings and listening. How do you listen to yourself? How do you listen to the client? So there's 3 steps in this. The first step is listening. The second step is letting go. How do you actually let go of certain feelings? Because it's not more that you're seeking in the world, actually. You need to make space for the more. And to make space for the more, you need to let go of certain emotions. So how do you let go of these emotions that are sometimes bringing you down, almost anchoring you, so that you can make more space to be a buoy that rides in the wave?
That's why I say I have to find I don't have to find, I've found a balance. For me, journaling. I have to journal because I don't, like, my emotions can have me so gripped up where it's hard for me to pray it out. And so if I just write it out, or and if sometimes I'm not able to write, I'll just go to the park. Like before I came home today, because yesterday was not a rough day for me. Like it wasn't rough. It was just me feeling like if I'm not busy making money, if I'm not making money on a day-to-day basis, I feel like I'm not productive. Like I do. And so I decided today, after I left the clean that I had to do, that I'll just go and walk. Like for me, being in nature is a way for me to release. Or I'll go and ground myself and take my shoes off and get in some grass and being in the sun, or just being around nature. helps me to release and let go and free myself. Like, it's, to me, it's almost like me being, when I'm out in nature, it's almost like me being with God, like being in that moment with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I can't get outside, I'll journal. I'll journal here in the house or whatever. I'll write before I go to bed. And I stopped looking for my writing to make sense or to be like this long, drawn out 4 or 5 pages or whatever. It may just be 4 or 5 sentences. It may just be 2 sentences of something that I needed to get off my mind. So that's what I've been doing. In the past, it'll just build up, and then it'll just explode on somebody else, about something that had nothing to do with them. And another thing was, when I would do that, it was like when I try to go out and deal with customers or deal with clients or whatever, it would, or just recruiting clients, it would be hard for me to do because, like Mr. Movit mentioned, my energy, what I'm putting out there. And although my intentions are to, just be who I am and go in and do what I say I'm going to do. But, if I'm stuck in my mind and in my feelings about something and I haven't released it, and it may not even be anything to do with the job, it may be some to do when I was dating and dealing with whatever, or something with the kids, or something that I thought about later. And it's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Because I'm honestly doing all this on my own, well, not on my own, with the will of God, but I'm doing it on my own. And I hear a lot of couples or friends that I have that, have their spouse, and their spouse is able to help them and, do certain things, but I'm doing the cleans. And if I'm not doing the cleans and I'm advertising, I'm just trying to figure everything out. And it can be a lot, it can be a whole lot. But I've had to tell myself over and over, obviously God didn't want me to do it with nobody else but him. And that was a thing that was hard for me to accept, because for a long time when I was married, I thought that me and my ex-husband would be able to do these things together. But, and that was something that I allowed me to stay stuck at a 9 to 5, because it was like the money wasn't right, or I didn't have, the support that I needed, or I didn't do this, or I needed that. And honestly, at a time where I was going through a divorce, my job, my finances was changing. I was having to leave school. I started a cleaning company just to get, well, not even start a cleaning company. I just started cleaning just to get extra money and still have that flexibility. But then I saw where I could utilize my administrative skills and, my people skills, and start, doing cleans on my own and just motivating from there. So it's been a process.
Yeah, 100%. Masara, go ahead, please.
Yeah. I wanted to mention something about your feelings and commercial cleaning. What if you choose your feelings? You're having therapy sessions as well, right?
Not anymore, but I was having.
Okay. All right. But well, you've gone through that.
Yeah.
So you've got the tools to choose your feelings about how you feel about commercial cleaning. Pick a few companies and then feeling confident ringing those companies up. So, because you're driven by your feelings, right? So you can choose your feelings, choose those driving feelings. Make sure you're feeling good. You're feeling good about yourself, and you've done everything that you need to do. You've been out in nature. You've been walking in the grass barefoot. You've done all that, and you've psyched yourself up now. And you say, now I'm going to confidently call those commercial cleaning companies. What's the worst thing that can happen? Everything stays the same. what's the best thing that can happen? You get that call. You get that call. And when you're on that confident call, when you're having your feelings, feeling your feelings that, hey, I'm getting these commercial cleaning jobs. I'm gonna get them. So you're coming in from that angle where you say, I deserve it. It's my birthright to be able to pay all the bills and more and go on holiday. Right? So I just have to feel it. I gotta be it. I gotta be that successful person and then call the company up so that success may come. You gotta come successful. You don't want to come as a beggar. You don't want to sound like a beggar.
Because I be begging.
Right? Right? So that's very important. So you build that confidence and then you make your calls.
And I can see how that works. Like I'm already visualizing how that works so much better. Because usually the way that I've done it in the past, I'll drop my kids off, have my list, and start making my calls. And then, like, once I've kind of drained myself a little bit, then I'll go out. Then I'm like, okay, you know what? Before my kids get home, I need to clear my mind, get these feelings off me, and then I'll go out to the park or something like that. But like you said, doing it in a different way where I'm building myself up first and then going out to solicit. And that makes a lot more sense. And that's why I say just finding a balance, because I'm so I'm so in survival. No, I'm not gonna say I'm so in survival mode as if I'm just stuck there. I'm like halfway still in survival mode where it's like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And so it's like so driven in me that, okay, it's all business. And so I'll drop the kids off and just start, figuring things out. Like I need to do this, I need to do that, just to keep myself busy. And then and now that I'm thinking about it, in my mind, I'm trying to motivate myself, but in real actuality, it's like bringing me down, and then I go out and try to make the calls. And then I'm sounding like a beggar because it's like, oh my God, I got to get this bill paid. Oh my God, I need to get this client. So then I'm out here like, oh, okay. So yeah, I'm going to try that. I'm definitely going to try that.
And one thing that I think, Masara, you told me is every interaction that you have, every phone call that you make is an opportunity for someone to receive your energy. So it doesn't matter if they say yes or no, but it's just your opportunity to put your energy out in the world.
And I got a little anxiety right there just thinking about that, because I've had so many people to tell me that I need to create let me go back. You know that not sales pitch. What did she call it? And I got it wrote down. Huh?
Sales script or elevator pitch?
Elevator pitch. You asked me to do that back in September. Well, you didn't ask me to do it, but you suggested for me to do that back in September. I was so I looked at the video you sent me. I was so motivated from what the lady was saying. And I even wrote it down and everything.
That was Masara's idea, by the way. FYI.
Oh, really?
He passed it to me.
And so I
talking about the results. You mean talking about the results?
Talk about the results. And so I got so motivated. I thought about it and everything. And then when it came for me to sit in front of a camera and put it out there, I haven't done it yet. I have not done it yet. I'm kind of ashamed to say, and I'm not going to say it was just completely procrastinating, because I did it like within the couple of days that you showed it to me. I was so motivated about it, but it's just that fear of putting myself out there. That's a block for me. That's another block. So you can add it to the list too. Okay. So putting myself out there, and it's almost like I don't, and it goes back to my childhood. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be at the center of attention. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be at the center of attention. And so that's been something that I've been, and I've said it like during spring break, I was like, I can get my daughter to help me with this, and I'm gonna do it. But then it's like that little negative thought, and it hadn't got done. And I got it in my book and everything. I wrote it down, got it all out, but it was like putting myself out there. So even on a bigger platform, like I said, I had a lot of people, even a couple of therapists, to tell me that I should, create a YouTube page or a channel or whatever. And it's like, yeah, that'll be a great idea. I may have a lot to talk about. And I started a podcast a couple of years ago. I think right before I met you or right after I met you. Too afraid to put myself out there. Just too afraid. And that's a big anxiety of
Thanks for
mine.
being honest about that. Okay, about putting
If I won't grow.
Well, don't push it. Don't try to make it work yet. So the big thing here about the feelings is you can't force your way into a different feeling. When Masara talks about the confidence, like come at it with confidence, it's like, okay, well, you can't force confidence. You can't force it. You can tell if someone's trying too hard to be too confident, right? Especially coming from a woman, a Black woman, it might, rub some people the wrong way. I'm just saying. So the grounded confidence from acceptance, right? No matter what they say, I'm still loving myself. You can yell in my face, I'm still loving myself. And I'm sorry, do you have
Owning
something?
it.
Yeah.
Owning
Well,
it, taking control,
do you have
going
something?
within.
Yeah. What can you talk about, Masara? Hey, by the way, Koya, we're at the top of the hour. We can go a few more minutes. I just want to make sure you're good on time.
Yeah, I have until 2:30.
2:30, okay. Right. It's 8:30 for you, Masara?
Yes, I gotta be running very soon.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Great. So why don't you go ahead, Masara, because I wanted to touch on the anxiety of putting yourself out there a little bit, but
You go ahead. Go ahead.
you said being the center of attention and being judged is where the anxiety might be coming from. I wonder, just to keep it really simple, if you can put the center of attention on Jehovah. It's not about you.
It's the ego.
What does the ego want?
Attention. I don't know why.
Okay. Makes sense. Why does it want attention? Or what does it want from the attention that it's seeking?
Approval is what popped up in my head.
Oof. Yeah. When you think about seeking approval, do you feel that in any part of your body? The need
A
to.
little bit of my chest.
Mm,
A little bit across my chest.
mm. I think we did this last year. We're going to try it again now. And you send some love to that part. And give it all the approval that it needs. And remember that the work we do goes across time and space. So all the approval you ever needed as a child in every instance, give that to her right now. Don't force it. Nothing to force. Just be gentle. And see if you can receive the approval from yourself. See how much more you can receive the approval from yourself. How deeply can you feel feeling approved?
I feel it moving to my.
Follow it. Great tracking. Unconditional approval. Approval that's not based on whether you say something or do something right or wrong, but just because you are.
I can feel the muscles in my face relax.
Oof,
My face just got warm.
oof. Yeah, I feel that too. You feel it anywhere else now?
Just felt a relaxation in my muscles in my shoulders.
Awesome. If you have time after today, after we hop off, it'd be a perfect time to go walk in some grass.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm gonna go and check on this house that I have, and so I'm probably gonna take a moment before my kids because I try to leave before they get home so I can kind of reset myself
Yeah,
and be able to give them something.
fantastic. Um, the ego wants attention. At the end of the day, it just wants love, just wants to be understood. And when you think of ego like a dog, you still have your puppy? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
We had to rehome him.
Uh,
I was juggling too much.
mm, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, we had to
no
rehome.
worries, no worries. But yeah, if you were training a puppy, you would know when to give him tough love and when to soothe. I mean, just like raising kids. I don't know it, but I would assume. Um,
Yeah, and that was the choice. It was either the puppy or the
for the
kids.
kids.
And so I could, rehome the puppy without going to jail. I
Mm,
couldn't do that with the kids.
that's
So
funny. Mm,
you're right. It is kind of very similar.
so be strict. One of the things that I say to people when they're running a business is imagine you have a board, like you have a boardroom, and you're the chairwoman of that board. Not your ego, not your ego, but you, your soul, your higher self, your the part of you that doesn't die, that's in charge. And then you got the ego that wants this, and then you got this little part that wants that, and you stand up, you say, I run this fucking meeting. I run the show. I'm the star of this show. I'm appointed because I'm self-appointed. And the ego, you got to hear it though, because if you ignore it, it's going to be louder. It's going to be louder. You got to hear it. You got to listen to that part. So the boardroom is for everyone to let their feelings out. At the end of the day, you make the final decision. But you can't step on their foot. And you're doing that. We would love to invite you to first of all, we're going to be doing these master classes every couple of weeks, which I'm excited about. So if you know anyone that would benefit from what we're doing, please feel free to share. And the next event that we do, the next part that we do is like more one-on-one, but it's going to be the three of us where we talk about letting go. And there's this framework that we have. It's called CPM, the Creative Power Matrix. And so it's to help you let go of these feelings that are in the bottom, that are like the anchor that are bringing you down. How do you let go of them? Because the more you let go, the more space you make to receive. So there's this framework. I can actually, what I'll do is I'll share with you a photo after we hop off here, so you can kind of see how it works. But that's something that we cover. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now since I feel like we're in a decent spot. I'll share my screen. But Masara, any thoughts?
Yes.
No, you've been quiet. I'm sure you have plenty of thoughts.
No, that's perfectly fine.
Mm.
Perfectly fine.
Let me,
You know, there's a German saying, if you want to, how do you make God laugh? And the answer is tell him your plans.
yeah.
That is so funny and true, because this was not my plan at all. And it was like, you know what, God, you got a sense of humor. You got a sense of humor. And then when I had my son, I was like, yeah, he definitely has a sense of humor. So yeah, I like that. That's funny.
I'm having trouble pulling it up. I'll send it to you afterwards, Koya. We'll chat. Because we're doing this on Eventbrite, the way that it's set up with, like, we weren't able to record the way we wanted to and things like that. So we're working it out. So thanks for dealing with our first version of this.
Yeah, because when I tried to go through the link on Eventbrite, it was sending me, because I was about to send you a text message, it was sending me to some other business class or something. And so I saw where it said that I can open it up through Zoom. And when I clicked that, it opened up, and that's, you all were in there. But when you click the link that Eventbrite sends you, I can tell you exactly where it sent me to, because I think I still have it on my computer.
Okay.
It sent me to business class. Some business class. Okay. Is it gonna? Yeah, it says your sales blueprint. Go all in motivation. Motivation.
Motivation.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So.
And so
could you?
So I signed in because it asked me to put my name, and it was just sitting there. It said the studio isn't live yet. But then when I went back into the Eventbrite and it said that I can open it in Zoom, that's when I was able to see it.
Got it. Okay, good to know. Well, we'll work these out. Thanks for letting me know that. That's good to know. Eventbrite is great. People find the stuff, where we don't have to market on Facebook. That's why we're trying it.
Yeah.
Just got to work out some things. But so I'll be in touch with you to see if you want to go through the Creative Power Matrix, because that will give you clarity about what to do. Oh, how about this? I'll just do this. I'll share my screen, or I'll just do this. This is what I'm looking at. There you go. So you have 4 quadrants. The first quadrant on the top left is anything in your life that is hard but aligned. Aligned means something that helps you get to your goals, that is moving you towards your goals. Quadrant 2 is aligned and easy. It's moving you towards your goals, but now it's a strength. Like, think about you when you were cold calling last year. It was probably aligned and hard. Over time, as you develop it, it becomes aligned and easy. And you see the percentages there. 80% of your time you want to spend in aligned and easy, because that's your superpower, that's your strength, that's what makes your business go. 20% of your time you do want to spend in aligned and easy though. Oh, I'm sorry, aligned and hard though, because that's where the growth comes. You can always be comfortable. And then at the bottom, unaligned and hard, quadrant 3, and unaligned and easy, quadrant 4. So though it's easy to write down the things that you know that you're already doing, which doesn't help you. The hard part is the unaligned and hard is where you become clear about the feelings that are associated with the things that you are doing. So, for example, in quadrant 4, you might write down, well, I might spend an hour a day just scrolling through Instagram or, whatever it is that I'm doing. I know that I shouldn't be doing that, but I'm still doing it. The hard thing to do here, unaligned and hard in that quadrant, is to specify what is the feeling that I am associating with or escaping from when I'm scrolling through social media. So when you get clear on those feelings, then it's like hearing out the ego, hearing out these parts of you that are in the boardroom, letting them air everything out, because sometimes they need to release, sometimes they do need to express themselves. So doing this exercise together, this is the part where we were talking about doing something together, so that you see, okay, well, here are my aligned and easy things that I know I can do. I can connect with people. I can, make sure things get done in a timely way, XYZ, that you can for sure do. And you have the aligned and hard. How do I reach out to these businesses? It's still an unknown for you. You can't be like, you're not 100% confident that you can do it yet. But you're gonna do it anyways. So let's make it feel more good. Let's make it feel more aligned in the present moment. Yeah.
Yes. And also to that point with the commercial cleaning, when you're feeling confident and you make the call, make them an offer they can't refuse. Say, okay, I'll do the work. I'll do the work. And then talk about the price afterwards in the conversation. Let the money be the last item on the agenda. Saying, no, try me out. Let me do the work. Because you just want to get your foot in to the commercial cleaning. So that's what I would do. I'd make them an offer and say, well, I'll give me the job. And then they say, I don't know. I don't know how the interaction works with the payment, but make it the last point on the agenda, because you want to get your foot into commercial cleaning and also getting a testimonial from one company that opens up for all other companies.
I have an idea that just popped in my head. My son was going to a daycare probably about 2 years ago when I started the cleaning company, and I mentioned to the lady, because at the time I was offering sanitizing fogger for COVID. And so I mentioned to her about getting together with them and doing a sample, like a little free testing of the sanitized fogger. And so I'm thinking reaching back out to her based on what you just said and just offering a free clean, just offering it to do a free clean and do the sanitize. And the only thing is that I ask that they give me a review.
Right. Wonderful. However, I would hold back like the free clean, saying it. You could do it, but just, when it comes to talking about the money, it's like at a bargain price. It's better for them to pay you $1 or a nickel than for you to just do it for free. because then they are a customer. You know,
Mhm.
only become a customer when you pay me. Before
Okay.
that, you're not a customer. So you want them as a customer, so that when you have the testimonial, you have the testimonial from a customer. So I would hold back. It's do it dirt cheap,
Okay.
right? But freeness is not a good idea. It's a very bad idea.
Okay.
It's a very
Okay.
bad
So just
idea.
what about offering it at whatever tip she could give? Should I put it in that wording?
um, well, do you? You,
Okay.
you I think you got what I meant or
Yeah,
what
I
I
understand.
mean.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand what.
yeah. Then do what's in alignment with you. Now, when you have that conversation, but you really don't want to sound like a beggar, right? That's very important, even especially when you go in for the commercial cleaning, because they
Mm-hmm.
usually have a budget. They have a budget, and they have this is the amount of money they have for this, and that's it.
Yeah.
you know, if they pay you or pay somebody else, they don't care. And probably it's somebody who's responsible for getting the cleaning done, and they don't really care. And if you just say, well, just give me a shot at it, and I say, yeah, so how much would it be? And then I would just say, yeah, you just pay me what you paid your last client. Just pay me that. Just pay me what you paid your last client.
Okay.
So we say we don't talk money now. I just want to demonstrate to you that I can do this.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm feeling motivated.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That was going to be my last question to ask you. How do you feel?
I'm definitely feeling motivated. I appreciate this time. I really do.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but I'm glad that I did. And it's funny how the universe will allowing you with people without you even having to ask for it, but it's put into already. And a lot of things that we've touched bases on, it's been like when you're meeting other cleaning company, other cleaning owners of cleaning companies, they can give you tips, but like this core, like the fears and the things that's like sitting in the back of my head that I don't want to sound crazy telling someone, it only goes so far because at the end of the day, you all are competing in the same industry. So they're not going to motivate you enough to, propel you to go out here. But this session I've gotten a lot of good.
Beautiful.
Thank y'all.
Wonderful.
Well, we'll definitely be in touch. You'll see Masara again, hopefully. You'll see it. You'll see us again.
Yeah, I'm gonna see Mr. Move It again.
Yeah.
And they gave you the right name. I will say that.
Yeah.
Yep, they gave you the right name.
No, thank you. Thank you. And
Usually
I
when
want to see more of koi activation.
Oh, I have to take that.
beautiful. Thanks for showing up, Koya. You're a light. You're a light in Austin. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're cleaning not just physically, but spiritually, wherever you go.
I set a tone. And I realized that when I got ready to leave the job and some of the things that the ladies said in the cards that they gave me, you don't, sometimes we don't even recognize our own capabilities until other people recognize it for them.
So give yourself all the approval, all the attention you need.
Thank y'all.
Yeah. But
Right.
only you. Don't depend on anybody else. Don't depend on me or Masara to give you the approval. We'll shoot it straight to you. But from yourself, give yourself everything that you need.
Okay. I can do that.
All right. That's it
All
for us.
right.
Yeah, have a wonderful day. It's night there, so you have a good evening.
Yes, thank you. It's 8:25.
Well, thank you for taking time this late to speak with me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Have a
Thank you
beautiful
for
day.
engaging with me.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. All right.
Yeah, have a
Thank
good
you.
day. Bye.
Patrick, thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Just the two of us.
Wonderful.
Well, lots of learnings. I know you have to go here.
Yes, I have to go.
Any?
I liked it. Love it.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Beautiful.
Love it. Love it. This is what I was expecting.
Nice.
It's got its own fingerprint,
Hmm.
and that fingerprint came out.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, I had lots of things I could have said,
Hmm.
and then I just said, no, that's overload now. That's too
Hmm.
much.
Yeah.
That's too much out the fire hose. She's already taken some tips, you know. No,
Blast people back with fire hose.
no, don't want to blast her away, you know, so
Oh man.
no, that was a very good session.
Good learnings too on the technology side.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's go live. Let's go live again in 2 weeks. And I'll send her a calendar invite to book a one-on-one call with us, where it'll be the three of us. And let's do that for next week.
Yeah.
Can you, if you let me know the availabilities that you have, or if your Calendly is updated, that would be best actually. If your Calendly is updated, then you can send me that
You
link.
know, the problem with my Calendly is that it steals my time.
Okay.
You know, I'm hoping for ghost people to sign in, and real people want to give me business. They come in like, you know, like in the morning. Oh,
Mm.
Mr. Mover, could you do this tomorrow?
Mhm.
Or and if I just have my Calendly, it looks empty, but it's not.
Mm.
You know, so this is why I prefer the other way around.
Just
You tell me
okay.
when the time is, and then I just block that time.
How about we do next Wednesday? I think Wednesday is a good day for her too. How's next
And
Wednesday for you?
Wednesdays is a good day for me.
Okay, let's do Wednesdays. All right.
Wednesdays is a good day.
Thursdays?
Okay. No, Wednesdays. Wednesdays is
Wednesdays.
a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
day.
Wednesdays is good. Fantastic. Okay.
All right.
If you have thoughts on this, anything you want to write up, you know, to send in for
No,
submission for a grade.
absolutely no. It was fantastic. It worked out. And I don't even know if I managed to record because I can see it says recording in the
Yeah, yeah.
corner.
I'm recording.
And I don't know if I was recording as well. No clue.
Well,
Because
I'll post it. I'll post it once it stops. I'll post it on YouTube. So we'll have
okay,
that. No worries.
right. And your release form, you know, that it's okay for
Uh-huh.
Hoya, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We need that actually. That's going to be part of the
Absolutely.
for the registrants for next time. One of the other clients that I worked with a couple of years ago, he just messaged me. He said, "Hey, sorry, I couldn't attend the masterclass." So
That's okay. We had a wonderful time with
yeah,
a one-on-one. That's much better.
yeah,
That was much better. That was a blessing in disguise.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because we could go full in on one person.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's talk. I know maybe we can meet on Sunday. I'll be
Yes,
traveling the next few days, so
yes. My sister is coming over, so I will have to make time for.
no worries. So how about we just meet next week then? Next
Yes, when you say Sunday, okay, yeah.
Sunday, I
No,
have
but Sunday we're already booked for Sunday,
yeah,
8
yeah. So
p.m.
I want to yeah. So let me remove that then
Okay.
and move it to Tuesday, Wednesday.
Uh, um, yeah, and this time even Mondays is available for the next 2 weeks. So yeah,
Okay. So let me make it Monday then.
Monday.
Monday's good. Monday's good.
Yeah.
Monday's actually really good for me. Let's do that.
All right.
Perfect. All right, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Well done. Well done. Great session. This is the way. This is the way to cultivate that energy.
Yeah.
It's actually in the doing.
Uh-huh.
You'll see when we've had 100 such calls,
Yeah.
then we earn the right.
Mm-hmm.
We earn the right.
The
You
little
know, we
engine
got to
that
earn
can.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.